I've been waiting for the Ducati Streetfighter V2 for a very long time. Seriously though, I made a video almost 2 years ago after a small comment from the CEO of Ducati about how it would be foolish of them to not make the bike. Well, today my dreams came true. Ducati officially unveiled two new Street Fighters today, the Streetfighter V2 and the Streetfighter V4S. This video is going to be focused on the V2, while the other video going out on my channel is going to focus on the V4S, so make sure you watch them both and share them with your friends. Now, if you're familiar with Ducati's Panigale V2, the Streetfighter V2 won't be much of a surprise. The Streetfighter V2 is basically a Panigale V2 stripped of its fairings with the addition of higher and wider handlebars. There are a few extras thrown at it like a new front cowl, but everything else is left relatively untouched. Shockingly enough though, during the process, the Streetfighter V2 actually gains 2 kilograms of dry weight and loses 2 horsepower. Something that we're going to look into throughout this video to see if we can get an answer as to why this might be. As the engine is relatively unchanged though, let's start this video off by talking about ergonomics. Now, as some of you may know, I actually own a Ducati Panigale V2, so I've got a lot of thoughts on how aggressive this bike is daily riding. So listen up. The new Streetfighter V2 takes all of the sporting power of the V2 and changes up the ergonomics to be more upright. The foot pads are pushed forward a bit and the handlebars are much wider and higher than the V2, which means instead of being hunched over the tank in a traditional super sport tuck, your chest is up, your shoulders are relaxed, and you can spend more than an hour or two on the bike before you need to get off and stretch. Now, while Ducati is constantly talking about the fight formula, the Streetfighter is actually a much more relaxed motorcycle than the Panigale variants. The extra space to move around the cockpit of the motorcycle gives much more confidence to the motorcycle. It's now something much easier to hoon like a supermoto than it's ever been before. In addition to all of that, the saddle is now wider and softer than a Panigale V2. Now, the design of the bike is extremely close to the Streetfighter V4, but with V2 characteristics. And I don't know why it caught me so off, but the tail section is the exact same with the Panigale V2. I thought that'd be a little change. Not sure why. Now, the fairings have been completely removed, so Ducati had to spend some time cleaning up the cables that were usually just hanging there, right? The headlight has been changed out to that grin of the Joker-inspired headlight, and it's something that I cringe at every time I hear it. It's just so obnoxious. A Joker-inspired motorcycle, but maybe that's just me. Now, something that is definitely missing from the Streetfighter V2 is the addition of the wings that are so prominent on the Streetfighter V4. But as the Panigale V2 doesn't have the wings, it's something that I was not honestly expecting, but something that I would have just enjoyed seeing. Now, performance. The engine of the Streetfighter V2 is the Euro 5 compliant 955cc Super Quadro engine that's seen in the Panigale V2. But instead of the Panigale V2's 155 horsepower and 104 Nm of torque, it's now only making 153 horsepower with maximum torque of 101.4 Nm at 9,000 RPMs. Now, compared to the Panigale V2, the Streetfighter V2 project has a shorter final ratio of 15/45 versus 15/43. This figure guarantees greater torque to the wheel at road speeds while giving better engine responsiveness when reopening the throttle. So think of more acceleration over more of top speed. Now, while not a huge alteration from the Panigale V2, Ducati did change the chassis for the Streetfighter V2 by extending the single-sided swing arm 16mm, and that's going to ensure an additional stability for the entire motorcycle. Now, the 43mm Showa BPF front forks and the Sachs shock absorbers remain consistent from what's also offered on the Panigale V2. Now, something that I thought was quite interesting was Ducati switched the brake pads out for something with a less aggressive bite that's more suitable for road use. but the other equipment of the Brembo M4 monoblock radial calipers with the 320mm disc remain the same, right? I feel like they just wanted to make this bike a little easier to ride on the road and not so track focused when they made that decision. But besides that, the Streetfighter V2 is equipped with 5-spoke wheels with the new Pirelli Diablo Rosso 4 tires, 120/70 on a 17-inch rim at the front and 180/60 with a 17-inch at the rear. Now, all of the electronics from the Panigale V2 remain untouched with a 6-axis IMU platform that manages the bike in real time. The electronic package includes ABS cornering Evo with a slide-by brake functionality, Ducati traction control, Ducati wheelie control, Ducati quick shift with up or down, and an engine brake control. And the Streetfighter V2 features 3 different riding modes, a sport, a road, and a wet, with dedicated control settings. The electronic equipment can be enhanced by the accessories contained in the Ducati Performance Catalog, like the Ducati Data Analyzer, the DDA and GPS, and the Ducati Multimedia System. It is also equipped with full LED headlights with front DRL and a 4.3-inch full TFT dashboard characterized by an intuitive interface that recalls the Streetfighter V4 family feeling. Now, availability and pricing. The Streetfighter V2 will be available at Ducati dealerships starting from December of 2021. We're talking a few weeks away, but it's only going to be available in the Ducati red color with black rims, kind of just how the Panigale V2 was 2 years as well. Pricing is going to be actually less than the Panigale V2 at $16,995. But remember, the bike can quickly go up in price once you start thinking about that delicious Akrapovic exhaust and some Rizoma mirrors. Final thoughts. The Ducati Streetfighter V2 is going to be one hell of a motorcycle. Between this and the Panigale V2, I'd much rather have the Streetfighter V2. And that's my honest opinion. As someone who owns a Panigale V2, I'd much rather have the Streetfighter V2. The engine is wonderful, but the riding position is just too much for normal riding. Give me those high bars, a softer seat, and this bike could be something that I'd ride literally all day. But what are your thoughts on the Streetfighter V2? Worth saving some money and losing some power over the Streetfighter V4? I sure as hell think so. Now, that's all I have for you today. Go out there, ride safe. If you haven't already, go to watch my Streetfighter V4 video, hit that subscribe button. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching.